Hello, guys. Right, how's the audio on this fine Monday evening? Bring it up a touch. So you can see, this is the calendar. We've already done Bahrain and Australia. And then the standings. After last week's race, we've got Light Shock on top. Aston Martin leading constructors as well. And then some facts about the Chinese Grand Prix. It was first held in 2004, and the most wins is Lewis Hamilton with 6, and the most wins with Mercedes being 6 as well. Circuit length 5.451 kilometers with 16 corners, 2 DRS zones. Fastest lap was a 132.238, and that was done by Michael Schumacher. The Chinese Grand Prix hasn't been held since 2019 due to the pandemic, and it was the most expensive F1 facility until Abu Dhabi was opened in 2009. So now we get on with qualifying. We haven't had anyone out on track yet. Now we have some people. So we do now have 15 drivers, and as Squire joined a little bit late. Right, let's get on board. You know what? We're going to turn down. What is audio? Because even for me, that's still quite too loud. First driver will be Carnotaur. Adam, how's it sounding, by the way? Let me know if anything needs to be turned up or not. But here we go. Carnotaur is going to get qualifying underway. But Joe opting for the hards. Very odd strategy to do, but we are here for it. Into turn 1 we go. And we haven't been here in a while either. We wasn't here last season due to kind of whatever reason. Carnotaur not looking too happy through that corner. Probably favourites for pole will probably be Let Joe, I would say. After he missed out last week's race due to being at a football game. It's not too bad of a lap so far. And he runs off completely off circuit. I do believe It will be the other Alpine of its tops. DRS wide open. Into the hardest braking zone of the circuit, I would say. Bradford going for the mediums. And as Tour rounds the final corner, what will be the first flying lap be? It's going to be a 1:33.8. We'll jump on board with its tops, who's rounds the final corner. It's going to be a 1:32.9. We have a McLaren peeling into the pits. We now have Optic thundering down into the braking zone. And now he heads towards the final corner. Let's see what his first flying lap is going to be. And it's going to be a 1:32.4. We've got Ferrari of Havoc crossing the line. And he goes even faster with a 1:31.9. We just had... Oh, Neon goes even quicker with a 1:31.7. Ellis pops himself up into third. And I think we had Brannan put himself up into P5. Now we have Let Joe on the hards, who isn't really doing any flying laps at the moment. Rounding the final corner. He's invalidated. Would have been enough for P9. We've got Bradford out on the medium. I don't think we'll have anyone else on a lap. No. Let's have a look at Bradford on his mediums. Into turn one. Very long turn one here at China. Looks a bit like a snail, personally. And now he heads up into one of probably the earliest not braking zone, earliest overtaking opportunities at the track. That's the wrong button. And now he finds his way into Sector 2. But that's fine. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I was just checking if the sound was fine, and it seems like it is. Missing the apex by a country mile there from Bradford. Apparently no practice for this man, as he only just realised he was racing today. Let Joe rounding the final corner is validated once again, so we'll jump back on board with the Ferrari. Would like to see himself, not saying in all these laps, but by the time he switches on to the softs, I'd imagine he'll want to be up there with his teammate. He's not too far off, only just under a second behind his teammate on a harder compound. Very easy to pick that up, and Neon's doing a few back-to-back laps. Oh, nearly spinning out. We now have Season 1 champion Sinful Chris out on a lap. I do believe... I've got hiccups now. Jesus. I do believe he was out on track earlier, but then peeled into the pits. Got a 1:31.7 to beat. Now the sector times don't really mean all too much on these first laps, due to him not setting a lap. A little bit squirrely out on exit. Nine and a half minutes remaining. Yeah, flag due to the Ferrari. Slowly. Oh, a little bit of lag there. I apologise. Not sure if that was just me or it was the game. I'm not exactly 100% sure, but gonna get a nice slipstream probably from the Ferrari here. Doesn't opt to use it. DRS wide open, and we're gonna see what he can do on his first flying lap into the braking zone, braking at around 75 meters by the looks of things. Gets on the power early, rounding the final corner now. Oh, a little bit hesitant on exit to the line. It's going to be a 1:31.619. And Rey Mysterio is absolutely buzzing. And now we jump on board with Optic, who is also out doing laps by the looks of things. Sitting in P7. Hasn't had the greatest of starts to the season so far. Thanks to Al picking up his first points last week as well. RSF1 Hunt going very slowly on a set of mediums. We're on board with someone who is on a lap. Joe not being one of them. Let's go on board with Reese, who starts his next flying lap. And Joe peeling into the pits. And Reese now, obviously a world champion within the history of EIR, when the league was SRL. And of course a Constructors Champion as well on top of that. And he abandons this lap. Let's go on board with Optic, who is starting, I think he's just finished the lap. He did improve slightly, I think. Got its tops in the Alpine. So if people didn't actually see today, EA or Codemasters officially sort of announced F1 24. It was more of a teaser to say it's coming soon. Apparently we could be hearing the first news of it as of tomorrow, I think, or maybe even next week. It stops, abandons that lot. Carnotaur goes up to P7. RSF1 Hunt on a lap now. He's a little bit further down than everyone else. We've got Gangster Al coming back out onto track. We still haven't seen Despair or Squire so far. And Reese peels into the pits with 6 minutes to go. Neon about to start his lap as well. He only needs to gain about a 10th to challenge for pole. Joe into the pits now onto a set of softs, so it won't be too long until we see him come out to the pits. We only have 3 previous champions this week. Got Chris, who obviously won last season. Got Reese, who won in SRL, and then we have Joe, who also won in SRL. And then, oh no, we've got Brad as well. So we have 4. We also had Bradford, who won in SVOR. That was the first league, which was named. It was SVOR, then SRL, and then EIR. A little bit of a history lesson for everyone. Neon purple in Sector 2, though. So let's see what this man can do. DRS wide open. Braking as late as he dares. Oh, a little bit of an oversteer on exit. Heading into the final corner now. Can he grab provisional pole off Chris? A little bit wary on exit. To the line. Oh, he misses out. Not by much, though. And RSF1 Hunt found himself in P12. And we have Optic back out on track. We've got Gangster Al 2, around 3 tenths up on his first flying lap. So we'll stick on board with the Haas driver. This guy must be getting sick of the Haas car. I'm pretty sure he's had it at least once every game. Doesn't look to be too happy on this lap. What's his sector tyre? He's up by nearly 5 tenths. This is where you want a little bit less, running out as wide as he can there. The only driver on a lap, I don't think Neon will be going back to back so far. I imagine he'll be pulling into the pits and going again if he has enough time. 3 and a bit minutes to go. Just over 3 minutes. Gangster Al rounding the final corner now. Can he pop himself above Hunt? He stays P13, only gaining a tenth and a half there. So not the gains that he wants and to spare. Finally appearing out on track in his Mercedes. Hello Squire, about to do the same as well. I'd imagine we'll start seeing all the drivers now coming out. Looks like Neon is going to be gearing up to go again here. Doesn't have enough time to come into the pit, so he's going to have to be really careful on his ERS deployment. So we'll stay on board with him, as he will be the next driver to finish the lap. As you tell, I still have a bit of a cough from last week. Optic might have got slightly held up there. Neon now. A little bit of traffic ahead of him. These flies are doing my head in. Using as much of the track as he can, as he desperately wants to get this pole position. Looks like Chris is going to be giving his rival a bit of a tow here. That he pulls off completely. Neon. Oh, I don't think Neon was up by the looks of things. So he's given up on that lap. So we go on board with, I believe it's Brannon. Nope, it's going to be Optic. Optic getting a bit of a tow from his teammate as he rounds the final corner. Let's see what time he's going to do. Neon peels into the pits. Rounding the final corner. Can Neon get anywhere near his teammate? And he goes P5. It's not a bad lap. Let's go on board with Brannon. Maybe the next driver across the line. And Neon has retired in the pits. Oh, Brannon runs out wide. Doesn't improve. Let's get on board with Outspares. Ruined his lap. Simple Chris. Up on his time. What about Reese? He's down. Havoc looks like to be starting P4. Let Joe though. I think he was too held up there. A little bit wide. Looks like Reese is going to be giving someone a lucky toe by the looks of it. Maybe it'll be that Joe Despair has retired. He's going to be starting P14. Let's see where Squire is. He's near the end of his lap. Let Joe, the RS wide open. Can he challenge for pole position? No one's been able to defeat Chris, and Chris is now crossing the line. And he goes even quicker with a 1:30.9. Goes 7/10 clear of Neon, but here comes Let Joe, rounding the final corner. DRS activated. Can he challenge for pole? He can! He grabs pole position by a 10th. And here comes Squire rounding the final corner. Do not start last. Goes P7. And Brannan. And that might be the end of qualifying. I do believe it is. And let's have it can pull something out. And that is the end of qualifying. Let Joe puts it on pole. And what a thrilling race this is going to be. And now we've got a race into the pit lane. Oh, someone's just crashed. Someone might be getting a bit of a naughty. So yeah, as we wait for the drivers to now peel into the pits, we will be right back. So there we go. That is qualifying over and done with. Let Joe on pole by a 10th and a massive gap behind with Neon 8/10 behind Let Joe. Reese Simo will be starting P4, Havoc P5, Optic P6, Swire P7, Ellis P8, Carnator in P9, Adam in P10, Brad in P11, very low down, Brannan in P12, Tops in 13th, Gangster Al in 14th, and Despair not setting our lap time all the way down in 15th. Now we have a 5-minute 5-minute break for drivers to sort the strategies out. I can imagine maybe... Oh, I can't press start for some reason. Oh, there we go. I can now. Very mixed. Some mediums, some hards. Don't imagine anyone going for softs at this track. Not this early into the race. So yeah, predictions. I mean, I got the prediction wrong. I thought... Oh no, I did say Joe would get pole, didn't I? I think. I'd imagine it'll be a fight between Joe and Chris for the win. Then it's all about P3. Neon has the pace. Reese, if he doesn't get into any trouble, can definitely get himself up there. Havoc, I think, with his best qualifying of the season. The same as Optic. Optic is up there as well. So it's going to be a very tough one. Red flags has been turned off, the same as formation lap, as we were having problems with it last week. Not sure if it was just a safety, the red flags, or it was the formation that's problem. But there was a fix today with F1 releasing an update, but I have no idea what it was about. So, and it looks very grey, but then China kind of usually does with the amount of pollution it has. So, I guess we'll never know. But I hope everyone is enjoying their Monday evening. Right, let's see who's watching the stream. Apparently we have 4 viewers. One of them will be me. One's Adam, and then whoever is the other 2. Good evening. I hope you're all having a lovely evening. We will be getting this race underway in 1 minute, I believe. And there's no formation up. I did warn everyone there was no formation up. So fingers crossed, people have noticed. I dropped it 7 times, beat that. Anyway, done enough. 8. Lol. 8? What do you mean by 8? I don't even know at this point. Don't think we're too far away from the start of this race, so we will now gear up. Oh, we'll get rid of the mouse. No one wants to see the mouse. And we can now ready up to get this race underway. Usually a formation that would help me with sorting all the stuff out whilst we're starting the grid, but I'm going to have to do that really quickly. And I have to put on tire because I get moaned at for doing anything else. And I can hear the ticking away. That means we are only a few seconds away from the start of the Chinese Grand Prix. And it's lights out. And away we go for the Chinese Grand Prix. And it looks like Chris has got the best start and he is going to lead into turn 1. Leon Shock is down the inside. But that Joe keeps him there. And Optic already up 1 position. That is I think that's Carnotaur running out very wide there. And Reese has found his way up. Oh no, they're still battling. And Reese has now made his way up into P3. But he's got Leon down the inside. Oh, they're barging wheel to spare up into P9 already. We've got Allied Squire battling away with Ellis, who's now got to spare on the outside. Can spare gain another place here? He does, up the inside. And that's a simple move. Pushes out Ellis off the track by the looks of things. But oh, that's a big crash! And that is it. Tops out of the race. And we have a virtual safety car. He was messaging me earlier saying he could do with a decent race tonight. Bro is out by what? Turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. Got some overtaking going on. That's very naughty. Should be doing that. And we're underway once again. For Chris setting the fastest lap of 1:46. That will obviously get absolutely demolished. Bradford going out onto the softs. And Joe down the inside of Chris. They'll get to the outside. Can he get the traction? Both on the same tyre, and Joe will lead this race as he started, but Chris is giving him under pressure. There's a few battles going on. We've got LS onto the back of Squire. I do believe these two are friends as well. And RSF1 Hunt has had a bit of a spin there by the looks of things. Not sure if he was tagged. Goes to Al not using any of his ERS. Because why not? Reese now onto the back of these leading pair. He's doing everything that he can to stick with these guys. Chris down the inside. Pardon me. And let Joe's back through though. Down the inside. And continues to lead this Chinese Grand Prix. But Chris now looking to overtake him. But Joe with better straight line speed by the looks of things. And Chris having to concede that position. And now Reese is at the inside of Chris. And now Neon also looking for a move. And Neon down the inside. Doesn't get the move done. Reese left him plenty of move. Oh, they've spun! And Reese has been taken out of the race. He's going to lose a load of positions. And Reese is all the way back down into P12. He is not going to be a very happy bunny. Will Neon give him the position back? Doesn't look like he will. Oh, now he's battling away with Carnotaur. Here comes Reese to the inside. Wisely backside. Havoc into the podium. Last podium we had was last week in the sprint race, so he hasn't had a podium in the main race for a while. And Chris gets back past Joe. Optic finds his way up into P4. Optic into P4, sorry. And now Reese gets past Carnotaur. It's got left session. Let Joe gets back past Chris again, and Squire's back past Optic. Here comes Reese. DRS wide open to the outside. Can he get the job done? I don't think he will. He's still there. He needs to be given room. I mean, that's just him telling him, can't just take me out like that. Oh, they're going to come to contact again, I think. Reese squeezing him to the curb. Oh, and Neon's had a bit of a wiggle there. Got LS now onto the back of Optic. Oh, Squire having a bit of a loose front end there as well. Gap at the top is already gained up to 1.8. And now the gap at the front is now coming up quite a lot as well. Oh, and it's having a bit of a wiggle. That's going to give Despair an easy overtake. Can he get Optic as well? It looks like he might be able to. Will he go down the inside? That goes to the outside. They're doing absolutely anything that he can. Oh, he has a little bit. He spins. I think we've got someone coming into the pits, I think. Yep, Brad is into the pit. What is Ellis? Ellis did not want to get past Despair. Got Squire onto the back of Havoc now, and Havoc's podium might be getting taken away a little bit earlier than we thought. Bradford will come out in last. It's not really lasting all too well around this track. Now the Red Bull, we've got Ellis now getting past Despair. And Reese now gets back past Brannan, and he'll be looking to make his way back up to the podium spot. Maybe Chris is starting to save a little bit of his energy. Might see some overtakes being done on this back straight. Neon probably. I thought my cough went, but obviously it clearly hasn't. I feel like it's got to be less than like 5/10 so you can get an overtake. And here comes Neon. This will probably be a battle for the ages to see who finishes above each other. Reese not really going to fight it all too much. A little bit later on the brakes. Reese doing Reese things by the looks of things, and Neon gets back fast. And now Reese will have DRS going into turn 1. Will be forced to the inside. Can Reese keep it on? I think he's run out too wide. Neon is still there. Running get into the mix of things as well, and Neon gets back past Reese. Reese a little bit in too deep. Ugh. This might be finding himself up an extra position here. And Chris now he lost a lot of time. Squire now about to take that podium position off him. And here comes Ellis. And here comes Despair. Optic will go to the inside. And here comes Despair down the inside of both of them. Going to get the job done. A little bit of pushing and barging. And Optic comes out ahead, but here comes Despair. DRS wide open, and I think Ellis is also about to take a position of Optic, and Optic finds himself in P7 now. And Neon getting past Reese. And Reese fighting back. Around the outside. But Branny was about to go for an absolute dive bomb there. Only the one penalty so far, and that is Ellis. Oh. Spoke too soon. Spare picks one up as well. Oh, look like Ellis went for a move there. Oh, Reese runs out wide. Let's go for the move. Oh, and Ellis down the inside of Despair. Was not expecting that move. Brad sneaking his way back up the field now. Only 2.4 behind Gangster L. And here comes Despair. So he's behind him. Gonna get a better exit. No. And Brad up into P13. Who currently has fastest lap? Optic. That to the leader. So if Joe pits now, he'll come out, I think, around Hunt. Of course, it won't be too long until we start seeing more pit stops happen. Pardon me. I think he's just about got DRS there. He does indeed. And Despair gets past Ellis for P5. Looking like a very comfortable win for Joe here this evening. Unless he makes a major mistake. Look at the safety car, that would spice things up very much. Nope. I think get a wireless headset, I think. Carnator onto the back of Brannan. For some reason this has been a battle I've wanted to see. Not a very close battle at the moment, but things can change. Ellis now onto the back of Despair once again. And Havoc might have just slipped out of DRS. He might have got it actually. No, he hasn't. He's a bit too far back for it. And here comes Reese. Got Ellis on Despair. Down the inside. Contact made. So they give Optic a bit of a look in. Not exactly sure when we'll see people start pitting. Probably around. Oh, Despair's pushed Ellis off. That is very naughty. Oh, contact is made. I don't know what Ellis was doing there. That's a very poor entry back onto the circuit. And I do believe that is a broken front wing for him. I don't know about Leon. Did Leon get away with damage there? I think he did. Very lucky boy. That's very dangerous from Ellis there. He will probably get sent into the stewards. Same as probably Despair as well. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but I'm sure if they've clipped it, we'll get to the bottom of it. And now Neon looking to try and go round the outside of Optic. Did Optic get DRS as well? He did indeed, but I think Neon's going to be a little bit too quick in a straight line for him. Saying that, Optic will come out slightly ahead. And Neon will take P6. I think that was an Alpha. No, that was Ellis coming into the pits. For a new front wing, I'd imagine. New front wing for the Alpine. And Neon gets past to Spare. And Optic Now getting... Oh, the spare's been taken out! Oh, it's with Reese. Oh, things you'd love to see. Oh my god. A Red Bull and Mercedes going at it toe to toe. Things you love to see. I always thought that massive sponsoring around the outside of the seats. I always thought that, I don't know why. Yeah, a great place to have seats though. Always go for a move up the inside. He would indeed. Oh, he goes in way too deep. And we have, I think, opposite into the pits. We do indeed. Let's see what tyres he goes. I would imagine hards. He's indeed hards. And then we have Reese and Despair going at it again once more. Reese really not enjoying that traction zone there. Optic comes out just behind Bradford. I say just behind, he's miles behind, I should say. One of their top 12 score points nowadays. Unless it's a sprint race, so it's only top 10. And Squire gets past Chris. Chris showed a bit of lack of pace at this weekend. And Reese now around the outside. Oh, I think that's the problem being right behind someone when you want to pit. That will happen. Brannon also in. Arthur continues on. It's very quiet, he has. Imagine Reese will come out just like Brad in again. Reese will come out just ahead of Carnador on a set of softs. Oh, and Brannon's out of the race. And we have a safety car. Oh dear. I think you crashed there. And I'd imagine we'll start seeing some pit stops, especially with the top 7 not to have pitted yet. And let Joe feeding into the pits. I imagine the Squire will do the exact same thing. He does indeed. What if Chris will go for a move whilst into the pits? He doesn't. Havoc also pits. What about Neon when he pits? Given he has the time. Will Squire get past? He does. And Adam also into the pits as well, so that will have everyone to have pitted at least once. optic to spare, will he? He doesn't. Nice F1 Hunt. Everyone else is pitting as well. Banks that out, also in. Bradhead's just also pitted, so he doesn't need to pit. Again, this lap he finds himself up into ninth. Clartor onto a set of solid mediums. I think he just pitted as well, Brannon. So that lead been absolutely cut down. And now we have the red Mercedes leading the cars round for a few laps now. And if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe. It'll stop all the annoying adverts that you're probably sick to death of already watching. Obviously the money that gets raised within the streams that are for league racing get back put into EIR. And also feel free to check out our shop, which I don't think I've got a command for that, but I believe it's in my bio, so feel free to check it out. XFR Optic into the pits once again. Another set of mediums, maybe? It is indeed. He will only lose the one position, but will be significantly faster. Oh, it's up up into P7. Let's have a look at positions gained. Let's have a look at the leader. Yeah, we're still quite a far distance away from everyone catching up. Penalty situation, both drivers with penalties on 3 seconds. Most stops so far is a 2-stop. Position changes, biggest winner so far, Despair gaining 9. I have a feeling if he can get a podium in this race, very well deserved, but he may receive a penalty after for whatever happened between him and Ellis. Then Ellis might also begin penalised for his dangerous return back. That was Reese, absolutely gunning in there, just behind Brad. And now we wait on Gangster to catch up. Don't go overtaking each other now, ladies. Come on. I don't know what you two are doing. Stop it. I think we have one more. I just don't think Reese is too happy. We've been denied doing what is it that he does? Warm tyre boys strategy. Oh my god, safety car is in that slab. What is Adam doing? He's just let Optic through, I think. And he's just let him back through. But safety car is in this lap. Joe needs to be quite careful here, and he goes straight away. And we are back underway for the Chinese Grand Prix. And Chris down the inside, but Squire looking round the outside. Looks for a cheeky cutback. RSF1 Hunt gets past Reese. But Reese gets straight back past RSF1 Hunt. And Carnador up the inside of Adam. We've got Reese down the inside of Brad. Oh, I think we've had contact behind. RSF1 Hunt has just lost about 6 positions there, all within a sector. Now Don't know why I'm laughing, just coughing. Got Neon on Havoc now. Havoc and the spare old teammates from last season. I'm sure Havoc hasn't forgotten the amount of stress the spare put him through that season. And the spare down the inside. And Havoc might have to give up that position because Optic was also there looking around the outside. Optic down the inside. I don't go for the move just yet. Gap at the front, under 5 temps. But Alice 5 having a bit of a battle. I don't even no man's land at the moment. I've got a bit of a DRS strain going on at the moment. But with the penalty, the spare would lose both those positions. And I think all the way down, yeah, he would lose quite a lot of position without 3 seconds. But here comes Optic. Going to promote or demote Havoc down into 7th. DRS re-enabled. Not really sure where Havoc's pace has kind of gone recently. He was usually guaranteeing himself. Oh my god. I don't think Havoc broke a front wing there. I think he's fine. Optic losing the rear. Really causing an almighty crash. Gap at the front, less around 4 temps. Chris has no ERS whatsoever. One more DNF and everyone gets points. Here comes Chris though. And Reese up into P7. Wonder if we'll see any tactical switches within the Ferrari camp. Control. Get up to P10. Optic gets past the spare. But the spare's still there. Alice picks up another 3 second time penalty. But he gets past Carnotaur at the same time. And the spare getting another 3 second time. back of these two as well. Will Reese go for the move? I don't think he will. He does! Down the inside. Locks up though. And Havoc sneaks on past. Riding the curve. Might have picked up a warning. You have to be so careful when you're on the inside of that corner. And now Optic battling again away with the spare. I'm sure these two will have some sort of words at the end of the race. Chris just does not look so comfortable tonight. So from that up into P11. Leon in a bit of no man's land at the moment. He's running out slightly wide. Not too many laps to go. Here comes Optic down the inside of the spare. The Optic with the spare with the cutback. He enjoys doing that, I think. Oh, there's going to be contact. Always going to be contact there. And Optic has now lost 3 positions. Oh no, 2 positions. I'm sure Optic is not going to be very happy with that. Or with Brad at the moment. What's going on with Havoc? He's lost a lot of pace. Yeah, standing inside of Havoc. And he also had Despair and Reese battling it out. And Squire now gets past Chris. Oh, Reese with a bit of a wiggle. We're under a bit of pressure from Despair here and Brad. and maybe Optic. Who will come out ahead of these guys? I think it's going to be Despair. Optic with a massive lunge. Another bit of wheel banging. We'll probably see that a lot till the end of this race. You can't just push your way past that. Come on, you have a little bit of racing etiquette there. Oh, and Optic got into that little bit of a curve. He's reset the track. That is a no-no. He will probably receive a penalty now. Frustration's starting to boil over. Oh my god. Can Squire get this win? I do believe Lightshock will still be leading the championship after this race. Oh. Not too long to go now. And the battle for P1 starting to heat up. Won't be that long until Despair picks up yet another penalty. There comes Brad on Despair. And Optic on Hunt. Optic picks up a 3-second time penalty. Squire. He's losing the rear end. My back is absolutely killing me right now. comes Dennis on Havoc. Yep. Typical Havoc having no ERS. We'd love to see it. Here comes Dennis. Stays just behind. You know, I feel like Brad has an exceptional race. He was last twice, I think. He's up into P5, bearing any more mistakes. With Despair having 6 seconds worth of penalties. He's looking very good for that P5. But we are on the penultimate lap now. It's going to be a very tense last lap. Oh, I think Chris has run into the back of Squire. There we go, last lap for you all. Unfortunately, it looks like Councillor Al isn't going to be able to pick up any points tonight. Oh, Chris has lost a lot of time. It'll be between Squire and Joe, who will come out on top. We will find out in the next few corners. And Squire, oh, I think that's cost him. I think that's cost him dearly there. Here comes Squire. Can he get the move done into the last corner? He looks for it. Oh, I don't think he's going to be able to do it. No, he won't. And I think Joe is going to come away with the win. He rounds the final corner. Got a yellow flag. I don't know who that is. That's Reese. Has he run out of fuel? Reese has run out of fuel. The spare picks up the another time, I think. Great. Will Reese even be able to finish in the points? Yeah, he will. And Havoc up into P6. What a race that was. I'm sure people are going to be crying in the chat, but that's Al rounding the final corner to finish off this Grand Prix. And there we have it. Let Joe back on the top step. I'm not sure who got fastest lap. Bradford would drive the day. Absolutely agreed. So we will now run down the classification. Let Joe on the top step with Squire in P2, Chris in P3, Neon P4, Brad in P5, Havoc in P6, Adam all the way up into P7, a quality race for himself, Ellis in P8, Spare P9, Conator in P10, Optic in 11th, Reese in P12. That Optic might get a 5-second time penalty, so that will push him below Reese. Gangster Al, the final remaining driver in this race. RIP Brannon, and it stops. All crashed out. And that will be it from us tonight. I want to say thank you to everyone that was watching. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm not even going to bother looking at the thing. So next week, we will indeed have the return of the Monaco Grand Prix. So that'll be very fun. As you can see, we have Monaco next week, which is going to be an absolute death trap. We won't be having the normal 1 point for it because it's just a bit annoying to do. But yeah, until then, guys, we'll see you soon. We will be back next week. I'm not sure if I'll be streaming again midweek. Depends how I feel, because I'm still a little bit bunged up. Until then, guys, we'll see you soon, and goodbye.